if you are an international student and you are looking for a PhD in the UK, then this is the website you should start with, jobs.ac.uk. Now, all of the British academics post their PhD adverts, PhD funding, and so on this website. So you can see lots of categories here, from agriculture, food and veterinary, down to sport and leisure. And these are just lots of different PhDs. So, for example, I can see here that there are 175 PhDs in biological sciences, 122 in computer sciences, 218 in physical sciences, and so on. So many PhDs. So, for example, let's open the biosciences because, well, I'm a biologist, so this is the closest to me. And we can see lots of projects here. Let's open the first one. And you can see here, this is qualification type PhD, various locations. Funding is available for UK students and for international students. And regarding the funding amount, you will find the details down below, but I can see already that this is a fully funded 4-year PhD studentship. So this is brilliant. It's going to cover all of the costs. And this is definitely something that you should look for. You can obviously check all of the PhD projects here on this website. If you want to do something within biology, there is 175 of them. So really, you should find something for yourself. However, if you're picky and if you want to keep looking more, then there is this website called findaphd.com. It works exactly the same way. And academics in the UK tend to post their PhD adverts on this website as well. The next website you could also check is Postgraduate Studentships CO UK. This website is great because it also gives you PhD studentships available at the moment, but also funding. So definitely it's worth considering to check this out. However, if you still don't find anything for yourself or you want to keep looking more, I have more advice for you. So whatever country you come from, you should definitely check out britishcouncil.org websites. So here you can look for scholarships, and we're looking for scholarships at the doctorate level. And for example, let's look at them at, again, applied and pure sciences. And here you can type in your nationality. And let's go with Indian. So let's say you're Indian, you're looking for a PhD within applied sciences in the UK. So this is the information you should type in and then hit search. Now we have lots of scholarships available. They are showing up. And as I'm scrolling down, I can see that there are some bursaries, and then there are some postgraduate research awards just for accommodation. There are sports scholarships, and so on. But look, as I'm scrolling down, I got University of Manchester. It gives me 2 bursaries, and also it shows me that there are more options. So let's open this as an example. And then, for example, there is Faculty of Life Sciences, International Postgraduate Research Bursaries. So it takes you to the next page where you have lots of information. However, if you scroll down, you will find all of the key info here. So first of all, there's funding here, and the scholarship will cover your cost of living, so you will get paid, and also the university tuition fees. And look, this is available to students from all countries, so all nationalities are accepted. And this is not necessarily for a very specific project within applied and pure sciences. This is just a pot of money available if you'd like to do a PhD within this field. However, there are still more options for you that you should definitely check out, so let's explore them. If you go back on yourself on the britishcouncil.org website, you scroll down a little bit, you will see these 3 options here: Great Scholarships, Chevening Scholarships, and Commonwealth Scholarships. So Commonwealth Scholarships are for all of the students from Commonwealth countries intending to study in the UK. Chevening Scholarships are for master's degrees in the UK. And then we have these Great Scholarships. So let's open them, let's check them out further. These are scholarships that are for students from 14 different countries, and these scholarships will pay towards their tuition fees on a wide range of postgraduate courses. So you have countries listed here from Bangladesh, China, Egypt to Thailand. There are lots of options that you could definitely check out. If you still don't find anything for yourself here, or you want to know more, I have more ideas for you. The next thing that you should really check is you should talk to your own Ministry of Education. So I have quite a few friends from, for example, Malaysia and Egypt and Mexico that reached out to their ministries or departments of education and found out that these people actually have some funding available and they managed to secure funding to study in the UK. So you could definitely do this, but on top of that, look for Commonwealth students. There are these free options as an examples as well. So you could reach out to the Association of Commonwealth Universities, to Commonwealth Scholarship Plan or Shared Scholarship Scheme. And these organizations will have pots of money available to you. I have something for Canadian students, Chinese. So China Scholarship Council is actually a part of Chinese Ministry of Education. So you have an example here how you can get money through your own government to study in the UK, and then something for Indians, Pakistani students, US students, and so on. Finally, the last thing that you can do, if you check all the options and there is nothing that you like, nothing that works for you, but there are a few supervisors that you do like, that you would like to work for, then you can actually reach out to them and then suggest to apply together to charities and foundations to fund research. And for example, you could apply to Diabetes UK, to Wellcome Trust, to Level Home Trust, to British Federation of Women Graduates. There are loads and loads of charities and foundations that fund research in the UK. However, you can't apply to these on your own. You have to do it with your supervisor. So it is actually your supervisor applying to these charities for money, and they will name you in the application so that once you get the money, then they will sort out your visa and everything, and you will be funded.
To add on top of that, a lot of people also suggest to check out university websites. However, I disagree with this because unfortunately, 99% of PhD programs that you will see on university websites will already be there on findthephd.com, JobsAC UK, and so on. So it's a bit of a lost effort to look on university websites one by one if you can have all of them together on findthephd.com as an example. However, actually a good place to find PhD, funded PhD, is Twitter. So lots of academics tend to post and tend to tweet about upcoming PhD programs, upcoming postdoc jobs, and so on. And often even before these jobs are officially advertised. So when I was a PhD student, well, before I was a PhD student, then when I was a postdoc, I used to be fairly active on Twitter and I followed quite a lot of people just to make sure that I could get all the updates from all of the PIs all across UK and other countries if there were any upcoming jobs coming, the research and so on. So I would definitely encourage everyone to be active on Twitter and to reach out to these people on Twitter as well. However, having said that, if you have any other tips, please leave them in the comments below. And I'm sure if you check all of these websites that I suggested, I'm sure you will find something for yourself that works, that is funded, and you'll be happy with. So if you benefit from this channel, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.